What's going on, and welcome back, everybody. We've got Skull Kid versus NotCristian, and it is, you know, that's the name. We're not saying it's NotCristian. The name is NotCristian. So it's going to be Game & Watch versus Ness, which, Dara, you alty said a couple of things about that off stream. I'd love to hear them again here.
Suffering. You want to know what it is? It's pain and suffering. Why? You can't PK fight. Game & Watch is able to both bucket in up B out of it. Ness can't land on a shield, can't touch him, can't initiate anything, but Skull Kid still being able to link, back into the grab. But man, I have to say, it's difficult to initiate on him, you know? Not even crossing up shield with dash attack. Game & Watch is just able to kind of do what he wants sometimes.
Yeah, repping again with that Skull Kid on Ness. And like you said, Ness, definitely not a good matchup for him, but Skull Kid, quite the Ness player. So the matchup here going to be nothing short of super aggressive. Skull Kid already taking 40%. I think if he can keep NotCristian out of combos here and not allow him to really find some momentum, he could at least get a decent lead here. I also really enjoy the fact that he has his name as Swag Kid. That is quite funny to me. But we see the yo-yo coming out, unable to find the kill yet, and there it is. So
yeah,
Skull Kid in the deficit, but the F-tilt able to give him a pretty early lead. He's only at 40, 50.
Yeah,
60.
50 climbing, yeah. But yeah, for sure. I mean, like, definitely there's still stuff that Ness can do, especially at ledge. Ness does tend to edge guard Game & Watch still pretty well, being one of the most, being one of the best characters to actually be able to do it. But right now they're just trying to space a lot of long-distance PK fires, and NotCristian is adapting properly and bucketing a lot of them, which is not what you want to be doing.
Yeah, he's adapting quickly. I mean, we are seeing some great adaptation coming through here. A lot of up airs as well, which is great to set somebody up into a combo. Goes for the manhole, but unable to find it there. NotCristian really trying to put on the pressure. Going to see the turtle coming out that forward air. Skull Kid at 127, and if he loses this stock, he has such an aggressive lead, and now it's only 27%.
Yeah, that stock lead escaped him really, really quickly. Was able to once again up B out of the PK fire. So any follow-ups that you think you can get, think again, buddy. You know, you're gonna have to try to maybe punish Game & Watch's up B, or maybe try to punish him where he's going or where he went. But right now, really good pummel and a nice mash out of that one too. Right now, Swag Kid is just looking for anything that he can get to try to catch this landing. Not able to find it with the neutral air. NotCristian is, doing a good job of just controlling the stage.
Yeah, NotCristian is not letting up here. And we see Skull Kid, we mentioned right at the beginning, this is not a matchup for Ness. So now to see NotCristian coming back, I mean, to see Skull Kid take that first stock, that was an anomaly. Like, that's not something you would expect to see in this matchup. And somehow, still able to take that lead, that really goes to show how good of a player Skull Kid really is on this Ness. Like, he's winning what is one of his worst matchups.
For sure. And like, the biggest thing, like, if Skull Kid does want to optimize a little bit more for themselves, they have to be respecting Game & Watch's up Bs out of the PK file, because it's not a favorable trade. Sometimes you just land a projectile, you just have to take it, you know? You don't always want to be trying to follow up on that. I do like the way that Skull Kid is starting to land on top of NotCristian. NotCristian, anytime that Ness is whipping an aerial in front of him for some reason, he's always consistently going for like a down smash, and Skull Kid has been consistently punishing him with back air for it.
Yeah, I definitely see that as well. The back air we've seen come out quite a few times as almost a response to what NotCristian is doing rather than a kill move itself. But that bucket getting more and more full every single time he throws a projectile. So great reaction time coming out from NotCristian as well. He's able to read this Ness player just enough, but now down by over us, or almost over a stock. The pressure coming out. Game & Watch, I think the lightest character in the game. I mean, I know he's one of them. I don't know if he's the lightest, but now with a full bucket, if he can take this stock on Skull Kid, that bucket's going to get rid of the half of the other one. So NotCristian, there is a world where he turns this around.
Never mind. Wow, that's such an unfortunate angle on the up smash as well.
Angle. Got a lot of those today.
Yeah, that's a really unfortunate angle on the up smash. Sometimes it just kind of happens because of the way that it interacts with the lip of PS2. You end up actually bouncing on instead of getting popped up. That's what happens when you undo the hitbox of the yo-yo. Either way, really good stuff to Skull Kid, but I have to say, Game & Watch with the bucketed PK fire is so scary, because what people fail to recognize is that there are two completely separate projectiles. There is what is bucketable is A, the initial projectile, and B, the flame that comes out of it. The initial projectile, and with the way that Game & Watch's bucket ends up functioning, is the one that you really don't want bucketed, because it does like a lot of percent, and the bucket's just like able to do so much damage out of it. If Game & Watch is able to bucket the multi-hits instead, that is actually not so scary. He doesn't get a lot of damage off of it. It just, still big dramatic animation. But yeah, with the projectile itself, with the initial one, rather than the burst of flame, that's really what you don't want Game & Watch to have.
Right, and to pull us very quickly out of the immediate matchup and describe a little bit what's going on in case you're just joining us here, because I know the viewers are probably going up and down a little bit, it's getting late, so people are jumping around stream to stream. This is EGF, of course, the Smash Division, and this is going to be a modified crew battle, which means it is a crew battle of 5v5, but everybody gets to play. There's going to be 5 sets, no matter the score. All of these players are going to play a best of 3 matchup, so 10 players in total, 5 best of 3s, no matter what the score is. That's just to make sure everybody gets to play, and personally, I prefer this over the regular crew battle system. I think it's a lot more fun. I think it's more consistent as well. So just if you're watching and you're like, what's up with this? Like, why are we watching full matches? We're just looking at a modified crew battle situation.
Yep. Absolutely. You said it better than I could at that moment. But yeah, going into the next game, I'm just like thinking about like what NotCristian could be doing a little bit better. I think the biggest thing is like, you know, just sort of playing a little bit more patiently. What Game & Watch really strives at is you have to take advantage of his mobility. He has an airspeed that is better than a character like him should have.
Yeah, very true. Very
so
true.
You have to really take advantage of that. You got to be running away a lot and playing out of shield. And if you're able to do that, you can really just take advantage of how difficult it can be for Ness to initiate.
Oh, no doubt.
This is the kind of a matchup where you have to be playing second beat a lot of the time. As Ness, because if you initiate way too many times on Game & Watch, that's where he thrives. He waits for you to press a button and he blows you up for it.
Yeah, no, I couldn't have said it better. He waits for you and then he presses that button and it's game over. He blows you right up for it. So that is an unfortunate truth. And now the pressure coming out, I mean, DePaul, they're able to take that lead. They get to run with it to score 12-1. So right now, the pressure coming out for Hawaii, I think this is the 3rd matchup, yeah, so we are getting danger close to DePaul just taking the victory.
Yeah. Yep. So DePaul, like, you know, they just keep establishing like such dominant leads for themselves every single time that we do end up seeing them play. Are they gonna be running it back, or are they gonna be opting for?
I meant running back on characters, yeah, not on stage, because it's just Ness versus Game & Watch again, and with how aggressively NotCristian was adapting the first time, I think they could win this matchup.
Yeah, nice save, by the way.
I didn't mean the stage that time. I promise. Just the character.
It's fine. I'm just busting your chops a little bit. Able to get the drag down fair into the down tilt. Really good recognition from NotCristian. Basically like, hey, wait a second. I don't have to respect this button. I can press up B and get out of it. Not having access to down tilt pressure is also really huge for Ness because he can get so much off of it.
Yeah, absolutely, and we're going to see a lot of damage coming out, 50-50 already, so NotCristian definitely holding their own a little bit more. Last time it was like 90-14, and now this time we're seeing 76-45, so definitely still in a deficit, but Skull Kid, just great spacing, and that F-tilt to constantly keep him off ledge like that is just nothing short of dirty. The forward throw going to be able to do a little bit more damage, but no kill coming through quite yet. Game & Watch recovery, finally going to get him back on stage, but just into the grip of Ness once again.
For sure. Oh, at that time, okay, sure. That time the back throw is going to be able to take it on Smashville. You know, Game & Watch is so light, going to be dying so early to that. What's really good is that Skullkid has been getting consistently close enough and conditioning NotCristian's shield to be able to connect those grabs, right? So even though he has a puny grab, even though he might not have the best mobility, Skullkid has done all the proper conditioning that he needs.
Yeah, absolutely. We're just seeing aggression time and time again. The conditioning has been done, and now already on that second stock, NotCristian's going to have to start pulling out moves that are maybe a little bit more desperate if he wants to succeed here.
Ooh, landing with back heel on Nessa shield like that, you always have to be mindful of that impact hitbox, and does end up evening up that stock count really quickly.
Yeah, evening up the stock count now, only 22% difference. So things that started so strongly in Skull Kid's favor are going to be tied up to 22%, and now 41%. They're still sitting at that comfy 0.
Ooh, that's a sweet spot PK fire, but Skull Kid not dashing up and grabbing. Really unfortunate for them. NotCristian able to link the fair into the dash attack. We're seeing Skull Kid be forced to recover against Game & Watch, and man, let me tell you, that position sucks to be in. Because Chef is a menace.
Yeah, absolutely. Chef is quite terrifying.
Ooh, that time, once again, getting another PK fire out of that. NotCristian is consistently up, being out of it. I would like to see Skull Kid try to go for, you know, either a punish or land the PK fire and just maybe dash back, you know? You don't always gotta fight Game & Watch.
Yeah, NotCristian finally falling down into that final stock, and now Skull Kid up to that 70, 85 on that second stock. And I mean, NotCristian, they can turn this into a one stock to one stock situation, but they've got to take as little damage as possible until they get rid of that final stock, that second stock, excuse me. And now a 17% difference. We're going all the way to last stock there.
Oh, and NotCristian able to get a neutral off of it, tries to perpetuate the advantage, and that is a triple PK fired bucket. This is so huge. If
so
they land a
scary.
jab or off of ledge, it's one of the most scary positions to be in. And look at that. Look how early that killed. That's why you got to be cognizant of that move. You can't be pressing PK fire like that. It doesn't do too much against Game & Watch. If you want to be able to initiate on Game & Watch at that distance, you could even just try to go for max space dash attack, which would even be safe on his shield, but just look at this. 34% gets grabbed, up beat.
And just into the bucket. Oh!
Yeah. The biggest thing is like you can't always be going through max space PK fire like that. It's really good to catch people dashing in, but NotCristian baited it, and was able to get the game as a result of it. So this is like a huge slap to the face for Skull Kid.
Yeah, we all knew who that game went for, and it was obviously it was NotCristian. He won. That was a really confusing sentence. As soon as I said it out loud, I was like, that's confusing. NotCristian is the winner. But, I mean, that was super close. Game & Watch is able to come out on top of a matchup that we, at the beginning, talked about is probably one of his best, simply because it's so bad for Ness. So we see the aggression coming out there in that bucket. I mean, that is my favorite ability that Game & Watch has. I love watching people get kills with it. The triple PK fire, that was just holding so much damage, so much potential.
Yeah, for sure. Going into the next game, Skull Kid, obviously, I think that PK fire, the bucket was finally it was like the call out that he needs to be able to adjust that gameplay. If Skull Kid still continues to stick with the traditional flowchart, no doubt about it, NotCristian would be able to punish him again on it.
Yeah, I think we could see a lot more punish coming out from NotCristian, simply because Skull Kid isn't, I almost said Swag Kid, because Skull Kid isn't really adapting their playstyle. I feel like they're playing very consistently the same way they always do, and up against pretty much anyone that's not Game & Watch, it works, but Game & Watch just has so many answers to all of the questions that Skull Kid can present. I think that we just need to see some wild adaptation come through.
For sure. Yeah, you just have to be able to play a lot more passively, slow down the game quite a bit. We're going to be seeing the bans to Lilat, FD, and Kalos from DePaul University, which is a really, really good choice in this instance. Oh, wait, excuse me. Was that last game? Excuse me. It was last game. Yeah, the schools were wrong. So right now we're just waiting on University of Hawaii's bans. We're waiting to see what they say. So yes, we're just taking a second to discuss that.
Yeah, most definitely the bans are going to be coming through. It's going to take them a minute to get in here, but it'll happen in just a moment. We'll be jumping into that third and final. It just makes me wonder, are we going to go all the way back to PS2, or are they going to try to spice things up a little bit?
It's kind of inevitable. So they're going to be banning FD Town and Battlefield. So those are interesting stages to ban. Not really sure why you'd not want to go to Town or Battlefield against Ness as Game & Watch. More often than not, those do tend to be kind of stages that, Game & Watch gets a lot of platform extensions off of, Full hop neutral is so big.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I don't really... If they're trying to go all the way with banning flat stages, why didn't they go for FD Town and Kalos? So I'm curious as to the rationale behind that.
Definitely an unusual thing coming out there. I think that's something... maybe they've got something up their sleeve. Maybe one of them's going to be changing. I don't think Skull Kid is. I don't think I've ever seen him play something that isn't Ness. So I would suspect he may be sticking to that. And then NotCristian, I don't know anything about him, so he could be bringing out something totally opposite. It'd be kind of hilarious if he brought out Ganondorf or Bowser, just goes from the lightest in the game to one of the heaviest possible characters. But I think they kind of lose that matchup against Ness. So I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it for the memes.
It's never worth it for the memes. We play through the dub. Guys, just go play top 2. Go do yourselves a favor and play somebody who wins matchups against everybody else in the cast, so you could actually enjoy playing this game. Don't do it to yourselves. Anyways, I will stop shilling top 2s. I'm the biggest hypocrite myself. All I do is I just kind of play Ness and suffer myself. It's a difficult life out here. Every day Palutena looks more and more tantalizing.
Yeah, no, I would love to sit here and also tell you guys, just play top tiers, but the highest tier character I play, I think, is B tier, so I can't, I'm legally not allowed to tell you that, because I don't play a top tier character, not even close. But
we're all hypocrites. It's easy to sit here and talk about that from this show, and we're already seeing the immediate adaptation from Skull Kid. We're seeing the way that actually they have it initiated with PK Fire so far, able to get the down throw into the forward. Not a true link at that point. NotCristian might have been able to DI and jump away, DI and up B out of there, but either way, you can't be going low against Yo-Yo. The best thing that you can do is try to actually hit Ness out of it. using the armor on up B, but trying to snap to ledge immediately.
Yeah, we saw that a couple of times, but it's definitely difficult to hit because you might just snap to ledge right away. And NotCris, I feel, is playing very unusually because that's like the one spot you don't want to be is up against Ness. You don't want to be caught on ledge against the yo-yo, but he keeps putting himself there intentionally. So that's weird.
And the biggest thing is, like, if you're going to be at ledge, you can't be going deep against yo-yo as Game & Watch. You can true punish Ness out of it. It has a lot of counter play to it. Right now, Skull Kid just sort of drifting back and waiting for the last hit of Chef. Not able to actually get there in time, though. NotCristian almost landing that up smash. Had the right idea, but needs to understand Ness's roll distance just a little bit better. So hopefully next time they'll be able to space themselves a little bit more appropriately. Right now, Skull Kid once again trying to go for that up smash, but NotCristian was able to hit him out of it.
I think we might see NotCristian intentionally baiting Skull Kid to yo-yo because that's like the 4th time in a row that he's baited it out and then immediately done a get-up attack and gotten a bunch of free damage onto Skull Kid because he just rolls through it. There's the invincibility frames on the get-up and he just takes full advantage of that. I think this is 100% intentional from NotCristian to bait out that yo-yo.
For sure. And right now, connecting the F-tilt, trying to go for the tech chase. They really good dash back, but Skull Kid one step ahead, able to tech away in peace. Right now, Swag Kid, god damn it. Skull Kid is just like waiting for NotCristian to overextend on his shield. I like the patience right here and going for more double jump cancel PK fire rather than grounded ones because NotCristian is still not fully anticipating it.
Yeah, NotCristian not adapting quite fast enough, and I don't mean to keep making that joke, that's just how I'm phrasing my sentences, but he's not adapting quite to the speed he needs. Of course, 140 at Game & Watch is, I mean, practically unheard of. That's pretty insane to be up that high as Mr. Game & Watch, but able to get 90% at the very least of extra credit here on
he's doing the Ness thing. You know what the Ness thing is? It's, wait a second, dash attack, I can do that move 3 times in a row, not get punished for it. So you'll see sometimes that's a really high percent fish for it, because honestly it's a really funny kill to get. Oh gosh, that's this could be huge for NotCristian. Skull Kid has to be so cognizant that, you know, he doesn't try to go for another PK fire like that again.
Yeah, most definitely. Skull Kid now 130 on that second stock, 120% higher than NotCristian there. So the pressure coming out. And the PK fire, we're seeing it a lot more, I feel, in this third set than we've seen anything else, which is shocking because we saw how poorly that worked out for him in that second set when NotCristian was able to take that series back. And again, I mean, win or lose, both these characters, both these players doing an absolutely phenomenal job. Like, they are absolutely bringing their A game here.
For sure. Ooh, Skull Kid able to get a forward, not able to get a follow-up off of it, was not close enough to Game & Watch to be able to link it into another one. Right now, NotCristian, you know, just trying to do anything that they can to get off of that platform, and Skull Kid just has no punish for these downers yet. They don't have the timing.
Yeah, the timing just not coming out quite yet. NotCristian now almost an entire stock in the lead. We saw the bucket once already. Is he going to try to rack it up for that final kill? Only time will tell. He's going to finally recover into the yo-yo. I think he grabbed ledge that time. I think that pulled him out of that attack.
Just like not spacing the uppy correctly. And Game & Watch can and will be able to get past it. And that's it. Oh no!
Down the drain. He pours that bucket.
That could have been the kill confirm. They could have gotten the jucket, the jab into the bucket. But NotCristian fumbling the bag. So unfortunate. And this is exactly what Skull Kid needs, because now that pressure, that fear of bucket is completely alleviated.
Yeah, I know. Skull Kid now they can take that weight off his shoulders because that bucket, I mean, as long as he doesn't feed into it, there's obviously not going to be another one. This 56 to 65, there's a palindrome there for a brief moment, but it did disappear as they got hit. And now Skull Kid putting on the pressure to NotCristian once again. Going to be coming out. I mean, this could really go either way. These two are both incredibly light. So, I mean, Game & Watch notably lighter than Ness, but still, they could both be launched at seemingly any percent.
Really good recovery mix-up coming from Skull Kid just to be able to double jump and forward away from that situation. Right now, NotCristian just looking for any way to mix up the landing, but ends up down airing in a really unsafe way. Skull Kid fighting the punish on it, almost connecting the up smash again, but that's, again, what you have to be doing. Just going through the high recovery. And, wow.
Yeah, 103 to 100. Now, NotCristian going to go down to the yo-yo again with the get-up attack. Time and time again, just runs that same. Run it back every time. It works over and over. Right now, there's the bat, the forward smash. That's all it takes. Skull Kid, 115%. Beats the odds, wins the impossible matchup, and actually confirms more points for DePaul. I'm not positive, but that may have just given DePaul the official win there.
That's kind of funny, though. Like, the game was just like buttons, you know, and people were just exchanging so many hits, and then in the end it ends up just Skull Kid landing, spot dodging and throwing out an F smash. That is such a... It's never the options that you end up actually anticipating connecting to kill like that. Is this out of the realm of doability for them? No. If they want to win, all they need to do is get 4-3 stocks in a row.
I was gonna say 4-3 stocks in a row. Definitely, definitely doable. But I mean, that is almost historical here at EGF. So as you saw, if you're just joining us, I'm gonna crack the joke one more time. We saw who the winner of that last matchup was, and it was unfortunately NotCristian. Well, it was not NotCristian. It was. The winner wasn't the Nest player, it was Skull Kid, Swag Kid. But we're going to be throwing it to a quick break. I'll drop these one more time. Check your posture, drink some water, follow Dara and myself on Twitter, follow House 3000, our wonderful producers on Twitter as well. Follow EGF here on Twitch, EGF Official on Twitter. We'll see you guys in just a minute. Don't go far.